what's up? I'm Dr. Janice Gear, better known as DocJenFit, and today we are talking about how to find your squat stance. Because I know it can get really confusing where it's like stand wider or have your toes always facing forward and be in this narrow position. What is right for you? And that's what I really want to talk about today. So it depends, as always. There's not always one perfect thing, but if you're really just starting into squatting, starting into lifting, a good place to start is what's natural for your body. It's not forcing it too wide and it's not forcing it too narrow, or else that is where compensations can start to build. Okay, so especially when we're starting off with just a basic squat, one of the things that I love to do, and that's so easy, is just literally jumping and landing. Where do my feet normally land? Okay, usually my feet don't land super wide unless you're forcing it. So if I were to just jump a couple times, jump and land as if I'm going into a squat already, where do my feet naturally go? That is what's going to typically get you into that right position. Okay, so then I see, oh, my feet are kind of turned out just a little bit. Maybe one is even turned out more than the other. That could be a hip thing. That's okay. Right now, the differences and asymmetries that we have in our body are going to be normal. But if we force things perfectly, that's where maybe this hip can't open as much. And so I'm going to start squatting and rotating. So right now, when we're not working on fixing all those asymmetries, if I jump, land, and one foot is a little bit out, it's okay because then my hips will go in their natural position. And that is what we want to start. Okay, so the next thing that I like to say is, what are we doing with our feet? And this is where I say, if you're wearing shoes, kick them off, get into those bare feet. We don't spend enough time, I believe, in bare feet. And every time I see someone working out in their home with shoes, I cringe just a little bit, because really we want to free those feet from those prisons that we put them in. Having those toes narrow toward the top is not natural. Our feet are supposed to splay and be able to spread and move just like our fingers. So what I like to do, now that you're in your squat stance position, you're going to go from your heel and you're going to go from the inside of your big toe and then around to the little toe and back to your heel. What this automatically does is kind of lifts my arch. So again, it's going to go heel, ball of the foot, big toe, up, around, and then I squeeze. And what this does, again, I'm into this natural lifted, rotated, arched position. And so I'm already more stable. I have 3 points of contact in my foot, which is my heel, the ball of the foot, and the outside of the foot. That is my complete arch support that you want within the foot. So already having that and then having your natural stance is normally going to put you right where you want to be within that squat, okay? Next thing that I want to talk about is the rib cage. What I see happen a lot in the squat, especially because what you're supposed to do is what it looks like on social media, right? So stick the booty out, open up the chest, and then come down. And then if you end up doing that a lot, what you might end up with is a sore back and really tight hips, or maybe even pain in the front of the hips, because look at what I'm doing. I'm just compressing into the front of those hips over and over again. So let's throw that out the window and let's think of something new. So instead, again, I jumped, I got into my good squat, I went around, I gripped the feet. Now I want my arms out in front of me and I want to take a good exhale. And kind of reach. So again, do it again if you need to. For exhale, think of this rib cage going down and into that pelvis. Already now I'm in this nice straight position. Now from here, that is where I drop it down and get into my natural squatting position and then back up. Okay, it might not be all the way down. You might notice, oh, I stop a little bit high. Maybe it's a little bit of a hip restriction, ankle restriction. Maybe your back isn't used to being so aligned and in good positioning, because this is not where we want to be over and over again. We actually want to be here. and allowing those knees to come out and forward and going into that good squat. The more you work on this, the better your ankle mobility will be, your feet control, your hip mobility, and I guarantee the better your knees and your back will feel. Last thing that I want to coach into in just coaching and getting around, how to kind of find this position, you can come into a quadruped position here. So we're going to have the hands down and knees just out just slightly with your toes underneath you. And then you're going to see, can I breathe out, rib cage under, and then sit it back without rounding in your back. So you might need to, get on a video or go in front of a mirror, rib cage up. Now hold that belly position really tight and then see if you can rock back past parallel. Maybe you can't. Maybe you need your knees open and back a little bit more, and then you see where you can rock from here. And just practicing that is going to be great. If you want a little bit more feedback into that core, easy thing to do is just to hover the knees about an inch off the floor and then see, okay, where can I go back? What does it feel like in my hips, in my core? Am I rounding to get back? We can all round and get into a deep squat, but the goal is to keep that back straight. So practice this, look in a mirror, record yourself, and get that good squat position with that core and pelvic control to really get you into your optimal stance, your optimal mobility, and get you feeling strong when you go and lift weights. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying it. Don't forget to like and comment below to let me know what you think, and subscribe so you don't miss any in the future.